Though I couldn't help lying there thinking about my parents before you stirred.
O que aconteceu? Olha, afinal pinámos com a Shadow Heart. It's normal, you're still grieving. Ah, dead parents, the perfect post-coital subject. You must miss them. You must miss them. Oh, mano, não vamos dizer isto é estúpido. Coitada da Shadow Heart, mano. Por amor de Deus, é esta.
More than I thought would be possible. Considering the short time we had, I gave them the release they asked for. Freed myself from Shah's grasp just as they wished for.
Tem, Mauro,
But
tem.
there's moments where I think I'd trade that to be able to see them again. Talk to them again. There's so much only they could have told me. But that's all gone now. I've got to move on. Find some place for myself.
Foda-se. Deixa-me gravar. Isto tem que ser um final perfeito.
I think so. Yes. It's just up to me to recognize it when it's in front of me. I don't know exactly what lies ahead for me. But at least now I can choose my own path. With you at my side, if you wish.
Claro! I'd like nothing more. You need to find yourself first. We need to move on. Não.
I was hoping you'd say that. Whatever lies ahead will be far less daunting if I have you.
Lindo.
It could be just like
Mano,
old
que final
times.
incrível.
Well, hopefully not exactly like old times.
Exato.
I think I've had enough camping and mortal peril for one lifetime.
Certo. Ok, ficámos com a Shadow Heart no final. Lindo, malta. Espetacular. Brutalíssimo.
Since the Netherbrain fell, you
Okay,
and
esta parte.
Shadowheart have seen more of Faerun than you ever thought possible.
Oh.
She no longer shies from wolves or water. Nothing in the world frightens her anymore. And you feel you could face anything by her side.
Brutal.
One day, you receive a letter passed to you by a stranger who bows with
Tá bonito o meu
deference.
personagem.
An invitation to a gathering of the friends and allies who stood by your side in the
Okay.
fight against the Absolute.
Isto é a parte final. É
You
o
waste no time
prologue.
in packing and set off on the long road back to where all of your adventures together began.
Uau. Lindo. Ora o Astarion. Estão todos cá o Withers. A Lae'zel está remotamente.
Thou wert called here, some from above, some below.
Uau.
For with thine bond, together thou hast kept the wheel of fate spinning when it threatened
É o epílogo,
to
yeah.
halt. Though thou wert drawn far apart in the months after the collapse of the Absolute, tonight fate renews thy bond once more. Thou shouldst take care to preserve it. It is a great weapon wielded in the hand of good.
Tu és maluco, Alex. Eu agora acho que vou fazer uma de...
Once more.
Vou fazer uma campanha com o coisa, mano. Como é que ele se chama, pá? Aquele gajo. O gajo que mata toda a gente. O gajo de Bal. Ah pá, não. Para já não. Olha o Halsey. Estão cá todos, bro. Quem é este, o Milil? Ai, mano. Vamos ter tanta gente com quem falar. Olha a Shadow Heart aqui.
I didn't expect to be nervous. But seeing everyone here like this, it's strange, isn't it? I feel like I must have dreamed the last few months. Now I'm waking up back in camp with my hair smelling like wood smoke and fallen leaves stuck to my backside.
Isto é novo, Alex. Isto é um epílogo. Foi um patch que eles fizeram mais tarde. I can pinch you if you're your backstage just fine. Trust me, I've been checking regularly. Vamos dizer isto, por amor de Deus. If you don't think you're up to this, just say the word, I'll make your excuses. O 3, yeah, your backside is just fine. Trust me, I've been checking regularly.
Oh, I've noticed. Ever since I first slipped into my camp garments, I should think.
Lol.
So, We should divvy up what we tell people about what we've been doing these past few months. I'd hate to be a bore that comes along and regurgitates the same story to someone moments after you've told them. Any ideas?
I'm willing accomplishing all things. What do you think is worth it?
Well, there's the visit to the House of the Moon, fending off Sharan assassins. That stray imp that joined us.
Ah, o Stray Imp!
Bing Bong.
O Bing
was it?
Bong! Oh mano, isto é um meme.
We've squeezed in a lot,
O Bing Bong.
and I'm glad I got to share it all with you.
Isto para quem não sabe é um meme porque eles fizeram uma campanha de D&D, os voice actors, e a atriz da Shadowheart arranjou um imp chamado Bing Bong. E então puseram isso no jogo. Brutal, mano. Muito bom. What I truly need is a kiss. Come here. Let me hold you. I'll be back soon.
That can be arranged.
Mais um beijinho. Beijinhos à Shadowheart. Aí vamos nós. Mais um. Let's go. Pimba. Mamanço de boca. Olhem para eles, estão apaixonados.
Almost a shame we're with company. I'd be tempted to let you whisk me away someplace quiet.
Imagina, bora lá.
Why? Are you expecting to be gone for long? All right.
Como é que funcionam os ataques de companions? Então eles têm a classe deles. Como qualquer uma. Mais um print.
I could get lost in those arms.
Pimba, love.
With music in the air and wine flowing, I think I'll manage. Don't get into trouble, but if you must, fetch me first.
Ok. Ok. Olha o Minsk.
We are not dreaming. It is our old friend.
Oh pá, não acredito. It's good to see you too, Minsk. What happened to you? You look terrible. Why would you be dreaming?
Oh, and it is good to be seen. Oh, after so many days down in the dark, Minsk began to wonder if he was some blind bug who had only dreamed himself to be large and bulksome.
Brutal isto.
You will forgive the aroma, I hope. We were not expecting the Dusty One to open a portal to our very cell. Boo had a moment to lick himself clean, but there is a little too
ele foi
much
preso.
of Minsk to cover.
You were in the cell, what for? I'm not sure I even want to know what you've been up to. You could have tidied yourself up for a bit for a celebration. Pode ser esta.
Minsk and Boo have been helping, of course. We guard the streets, while Jaheira is occupied with Harperish matters. The Zentarum rule the city's underbelly.
Zentarum?
So Minsk and Boo went to give them a tickle. There were harsh words, battle cries, some manner of head wound. We awoke in a Zentish cell,
Wow.
awaiting trial by noble combat. Execution, says Boo, though I am not sure of the difference.
LOL.
It is a long walk to the gallows, and Minsk still
Descobri a
has
cena do
his
ovo.
fists, no?
It sounds like Withers got you out just in time. You are going to get yourself killed. You can fight everyone you disagree with. Our peacekeepers in the city now, Minsk. You have to live with that. Thus Jaheira knows you're off the leash.
In ample time indeed. So long as the Bone Mage returns us to our cell by dawn, Boo would not be late to the bloodshed. But leave such matters for the morn. Tonight is for celebration and the telling of tales. How have you filled your days since we tore the sticky tyrant from the sky?
Just living my life now. I found someone to live with. Finding more adventure than I can. That was this time, thankfully.
Aha, the lovebirds still nest together then? Minsk is glad. For what is life without a companion?
Oh, o gajo tem o Boo.
Though I am thinking yours does not sit on your shoulders.
Pois não.
Ah, you are right, Boo. That is
Daquele rato é
none
meio
of
engraçado.
Minsk's business. There is much merriment to be made before the night is done. Go and greet the others. Minsk shall make himself presentable. Ah, this pond shall do nicely, Boo. Though I see no soap. So you shall have to blow the bubbles for me.
There you are. I was
Will.
hoping you'd make your way over.
Olha o Will.
Gods, I smell like a 70-year-old
Ai, o que é
cinder.
que se passa com o Will, bro? Está bem estranho.
Withers yanked me from Avernus with my blade halfway through a Cambion's belly without so much as a chance at washing up.
Está bem estranho o
I'll
Will.
forget all that. By the stars' light and the moon's glow, it's so good to see you. And I've got so much to tell you. The Hell Hunt's no mere duty. It's a thrill. The demons I've disintegrated, the devilkin I've bled, the stories I could share. I don't suppose you'd indulge me.
A tale of battle told by the legendary blade of Avernus. I'm all Will. Tell me this. Okay.
Yes, but just the one, or I'll be yammering all night.
Certo.
You want to hear about the Amnitsu at the Styx? The three-tusked Orthon? Or the invading Goristroy?
Jesus Christ.
Word travels fast when a devil crosses the Delembir Vale near Daggerford. It had travelled a hell rift to a long-forsaken shrine. Luckily, the
Bem,
trail it
estes
scorched
gajos vão
into
falar
the
bué.
frontiers was hard to miss. It led to an isle of cracked rock in Avernus, floating amid a molten sea. The Orthon stood heaving, breath like brimstone and ash. And then it charged, splitting the ground with every thud so fast it left a trail of smoke. I could barely nick it, not with a blade, not with an arrow. It was the war devil's weight that proved its own undoing. The third charge it made, I struck the rock with hail of thorns. The ground split apart the moment the beast stomped onto it. The Orthon slowly sunk, howling into the magma beneath. I let two of its tusks sink with it. The third I sliced free and presented to the first Duke of Daggerford, a rare trophy to grace his walls.
Lol. I've missed traveling with you. You've done a lot of killing for a warlock without his powers. Your father must be proud of you. Have you been?
I've seen him more than a few times, and he's as proud of me as I am of him.
Brutal, ainda bem.
He's leading the city's renewal,
Claro.
opened the gates to all newcomers, rebuilt the council from scratch.
Yeah, o Duque Ravengard.
And he's back in his element, commanding the Flaming Fist with brave heart and no shortage of empathy.
Fixe.
The likes of Gortash can bend people's minds with a few chosen words. No tadpole needed. Bane's Chosen primed the Fist for a war they weren't meant to win. He convinced them there was an assassin hiding in every shadow, that cruelty was the correct answer to crisis. With a few exceptions, fathers pardoned every last fist. If my forgiveness not be Tyr's will, so be it. I shall forgive them all the same. His words, not mine.
Boa, fixe. Pelo menos
He
Baldur'S Gate
still
ficou ok.
believes in the bow and the blade, but with Floric's help, he's teaching the fist a new lesson.
Ok.
Valor is found not in the wounds you inflict, but in the lives that you have bettered.
Fixe.
May they all take it to heart.
Brutal. Ok.
Go on, the night's young. You shouldn't waste a moment of it.
Alright.
Or waste a single drop of wine for that matter. I plan on downing half a bottle myself. Oops, did I say half a bottle? I meant half a dozen.
Ok, boa. Olha aí a Carla que anda ali a planar.
Ah, my dear friend, it's been an age, has it not? You're looking very well indeed.
Ganda voo.
Our skeletal friend will be very pleased to see I found my way here, despite my invitation getting lost in the post.
Man, este gajo. Have you come seeking a statement for your next tell all? It's so wonderful to see you, Volo. How have you been? You again getting yourself into more trouble.
Busy as ever. Better that than the reverse, wouldn't you say? Every major publishing house on the Sword Coast has been vying for my upcoming book on the subject of our adventures together.
Espero que ele tenha escrito
I've
o
gotten
livro.
quite good at
Era
replicating
bacana
your
no
signature.
Baldur's
See,
Gate
you
4
didn't
temos a
bother
nossa
with the
história.
release form. You
Escrito.
might help me with the title, though. I'm considering The Hero and Me. What do you think?
Lol. The hero and I, no. I love it. I love it. Presuming I'm the hero. You can do better, can't you?
Oh, that would be telling, wouldn't it? But believe you me, my friend, not a word could have been written without you.
Bom, claro.
Perhaps, once the manuscript is finished, you'd even be willing to write a foreword? Or better yet, I'll write a draft and you can just sign your name. Better still, I'll sign it for you.
Oh, Jesus.
Ah, your success really has been wonderful for my reputation. But you mustn't let me hog your attention all night, my friend. You've many friends to chat to, and I'd love to listen in.
Ok. A Carla continua a ter as luvas. O que é interessante. Ou seja, ela continua com esta aura marada. Está ali a Lae'zel.
Ah, soldier. How glad I am to see you again. I'd started to wonder if I ever would.
I'm sorry I haven't visited. I was waiting for an invitation. How have you been?
Maybe I thought our paths would cross on their own. Or maybe I wasn't sure what you'd make of me. I've changed so much. But then again, you have too.
Verdade. Not as much as you might think. Defeating the Dead Tree will do that to you. Ou seja, skin não me skin. Can this really be Carla?
Don't I know it? It went so fast.
Por que é que ela continua a arder, bro?
One moment we were on the Nautiloid. The next, we were here. I'd ask you what you'd been up to for 6 whole months, but then I'd have to reciprocate. And I'm not sure you're ready for the truth.
Oh, Jesus.
Let us test that theory.
Que
Do
ela-
you remember how my favorite food used to be mutton chops? I'm now far more interested in, well, brains.
Comes with deleted territory, I suppose.
True. But I've found ways to maintain my values while respecting that which
Ok.
I am,
Menos mal.
that which made it possible for me to live.
Coitada da Carla, meu.
I've made arrangements with a healer in the city.
Ok.
When a patient is beyond saving, but still able to speak for themselves, they're offered a choice.
Portanto, a Carla é
They
eutanásia.
can go as nature intends to take them, or when they're ready, when their goodbyes have been said, their affairs settled,
Vá lá.
all that awaits them is pain. I relieve them.
Estou em pausa ainda, Nerf.
When I consume their brains, I am nourished by much more than the physical nutrition. Their memories, from birth to death, become part of me.
Ok, não foi um final assim tão mau
I've
para a Carla.
lived hundreds of childhoods, first loves, marriages, feuds and friendships. I remember them all.
Brutal.
And in this way, we all live on together.
Fixe, man. Bom fim.
Thanks, soldier. It feels that way too.
Boa. Menos mal.
It's been wonderful to see you again. Reminds me of old times around the campfire. We used to think becoming a mind flayer was a fate worse than death. I wouldn't trade my life, this life,
Uau.
for anything. Funny how things change, isn't it?
Brutal.
Enjoy the night, my friend. I know I will.
Fixe, man. Olha, bom final para a Carla.
Friends
Já joguei já.
amidst nature.
Vamos falar com a Jahira.
Well, now. You can make yourself presentable when you have a mind to.
É verdade. That makes one of us. I've learned a lot since we last met. What kind of greeting is that? I miss you too, Jahira.
Ah, how nice to be understood again. I have spent the past months bickering with builders and bankers. all to restore the city exactly as it was.
Boa.
Same twisting alleys for purse pickers. Same wooden buildings ready to get burnt by next year's dragon. Same cisterns overflowing. Huh.
Okay, you're not happy to see the city restored. See more than a bright fighting zone. How do you think the building is going?
Baldurians simply get on with it. Stubbornness, civic spirit, plain stupidity. Perhaps all three. But nothing I will sniff at any longer.
Lindo.
Larpers
Não é estranho mesmo,
have come
Jess.
from half the world over to lend aid. Farmers, masons, healers. My own son, Jord, has been wooed to their ranks. Already he plans crop cycles in Worm's Crossing.
Fixe.
Not so for my daughter. Ryan's rejoined the Flaming Fist.
Fogo.
Temporarily, you understand. To
Nem sabia que a
organize the
Shahira tinha
craftsmen.
filho e uma filha.
Though she spends more time locking up comrades for pocketing 8 ones. They might learn a thing or two if they don't expel her
Como é, amiguês?
again.
Oh, Helen Gould, what about you? I went to you. You must be brother then.
There is still much to do. People to house. A Harper network to rebuild. I may have little love for this city, but so long as my family chooses to serve it, I can do no less.
Boa.
For all your travels, I hope you have arrived where you want to be. Home. Whatever that means to you.
Sim, senhor.
Ah, sentiment. With the greatest affection, I can think of better ways to sour our stomachs.
LOL.
I must inspect the refreshments. You'll never know. Some ne'er-do-well might have tampered with the wine.
Ok. Já falámos com todos. Falta o Astarion. Falta o Alzin também. E a Lae'zel está a ir ali para aquele lado, não sei fazer o quê.
Well, look who decided to turn up.
Este gajo foi quem
I
ganhou o
wasn't
voice
sure
acting.
our withered old friend could live up to his promise. But here we are. And you're looking more delicious than ever,
Ok,
if you don't
ok.
mind me saying.
Nem sabia.
Whatever you've been doing with your time, it clearly worked wonders.
You can thank my partner for that. Ok.
Love is a powerful tonic.
Hmm.
And where better to celebrate our good fortune? An old haunt with old friends.
You seem happy. Have you been drinking? What about you?
Cheeky. I've been very well behaved, thank you. I've taken a turn as an adventurer and hero.
Grande Astarion.
It turns out no one actually cares about murder, as long as you murder the right people. And apparently I'm rather good at it.
Nice. I could have told you that. Astarion, one of the good guys, would have told.
Let's not get carried away, darling. I'm still me. Perhaps more me than I've ever been.
Lindo. Brutal.
Hardly. Good people don't spend as much time lurking in the dark as I do. You know, it's funny. At first, I thought I was trapped by the shadows, cursed to live in them forever.
Pois.
But in time, I realized that darkness is as much a part of me as my fangs. This is only a curse as long as I refuse to embrace the shadows. So, I decided I would.
Mano, todos estão com finais incríveis.
Defined by the choices other people made, by what other people did to me. My past may be done, but my present, my future, they're mine.
Lindo.
This is who I am, in all my glory, for better and for worse.
Mano, fico bem satisfeito com este playthrough.
That being said, I haven't completely given up on returning to the sun. If the opportunity presented itself, well, I wouldn't say no. But until then, I am happy.
Boa.
We've had quite the journey, you and I. From the moment I first threatened you, I knew you were someone special.
Tá bem.
Someone to take on the world with. I will miss our time together. But then again, maybe this isn't goodbye. So much as it's, see you later, darling.
Uau. Mano, brutal. Pá, este final está incrível, desculpem lá. Conseguimos fazer tudo aquilo que queríamos, meu.
Old friend. For 2 months, Orpheus trained me in the ways of the comet. For 2 more, I skewered Kithraki bellies. And for 2 more yet, I traveled through Limbo.
Ok.
But to see your face, it brings me even more pleasure than taking a Royal Inquisitor's head.
Arcana. Olha, falhei um cheque. This is double buckets are well underway then.
We've spilled blood, gained a foothold in the astral, but still we need allies. And one beyond reckoning has made itself known.
Quem?
Zerith Minyaragith.
Quem? What is that?
Not a what, but a who. The immortal god king of the Githzerai. An exiled people. Once kin with mine, until the madness of civil war ripped our one sky into 2.
Ah, ok.
Our Gish sent word of the rebellion to Minyaragith through the cosmos. He's agreed to parley.
Ok.
It's fallen to me to secure an alliance.
Boa. Fixe. The best choice for the job. Your tongue is as learned as your blade.
I was as surprised as anyone when Orpheus spoke the
É
order.
verdade, se não tinha-me lixado.
My blade is keen as ever.
De vez em quando, Miguel.
But it was you who showed me that a proper victory doesn't always require a razor-sharp edge.
Sim, senhor.
Sometimes, a sincere plea is more persuasive than a dagger against the neck.
Boa.
Minyaragith is an ascetic. He reached out in good faith. This is his way. It is in this spirit that I must meet him.
Ok.
And if he refuses, I carry on. Gravity pulls me in but one direction. I am a warrior of the comet. I will not rest until I burn Vlaakith's bones to ash and smash her phylactery to pieces.
Sim, senhor.
My people will be free.
Muito bom.
But you've heard that refrain before. Zealous, bossy, insistent. All part and parcel of my undeniable charm.
Esta Lazel.
And to you, always. Now go, mingle a bit. That's the word, right? Mingle. But don't think you've seen the last of me. I'll be back. Sure as the comet will rise. Sure as Kalir will forever circle the sun.
Sim, senhor. Muito bem. Boa. Pelo menos isso. Falta-nos o Halsin só.
Withers has a keen eye for a nice vintage.
Onde é que está o Halsin? Ainda há bocado o vi. Está ali a dançar.
You would think
Ah, e o
someone of
Gale,
my
também está ali o
vintage would
Gale.
be inured to the passage of time. Yet these past 6 months have seemed endless without your company. But now our paths cross once more.
Ganda Halsin, pá. Let me guess, just says nature intended. This feeling is mutual. I've missed you. Time's flown by.
Just as I hoped they would, more like. The
Oh,
Oak
Bard.
Father has
Ah,
been
okay,
kind to
Bard.
me this past while.
Não, Miguel,
Yet I
infelizmente não
cannot
vou, pá.
forget the
Gostava, mas não
bond
vou.
we all forged
Não
together.
consegui bilhetes.
It is one that can weather any distance, any passage of time. I know it can, for I feel the longing for old friends in my heart each day.
Sim, senhor. You sound like you need a drink. That's life. I'm afraid we can't go back.
Well, I am not normally given to imbibing, but this is a special occasion, and I believe our dear Withers procured a fine honey mead as part of the celebratory victuals.
Get the Withers, pá.
Even the most ascetic of nature servants would be tempted by such an elixir, but that can wait.
Your company is what truly drew me.
Ganda
Now,
housing.
we have much to catch up on. Do not allow me to ramble on. I am eager to hear all you've been doing.
O que é que eu andei a fazer?
In that case, very well.
Aí vai ele.
Our community grows rapidly. In 6 months, we have turned what was once a shadowy wasteland into a true home for all.
Boa.
In another 6 months, I would wager the scars of the past will be entirely invisible, even to those who remember them.
Nice.
The old masonry of Moonrise Towers and Wraithwin have been repurposed into new homes.
Fixe.
And the land is rich with harvests and bountiful trees. Nature and civilization are in harmony. Stronger together.
Fixe, meu. Ainda bem. Sounds wonderful.
It is, truly. Though a more complex, evolving beast than I could ever have anticipated. I spoke often of balance before. Only now do I realize the balance is
Cheira
no
tosta.
simple, fixed thing.
Boa.
We welcome folk from all walks of life. Anyone who wishes for a new start. Naturally, it can be chaotic at times, but it is a thrilling sort of chaos. It thrives in ways I could never have dreamed of.
Boa.
You are welcome whenever you like, and for however long you please.
Muito fixe. Meu.
Now, please, tell me all, and spare no details. I shall not lie. I have an ulterior motive in wishing to hear all. It is the children, you see. My charges. Their appetite for bedtime tales is greater than I could ever have anticipated. Another story, Daddy Halsin. Another
Daddy
is the
Halsin.
chorus that greets me each nightfall.
Daddy Halsey.
They have all but exhausted my repertoire in
Eu
but a
acho que
few
dá,
short
Pacheco.
months. No mean feat given the lifetime I have lived. I desperately need new material, please. My reputation is at stake. I am all ears, though I never cared for that phrase. A rather unsettling image. You have kept yourself busy. I expected no less, in truth. I shall be able to keep the children enthralled for a few more nights yet, thanks to you.
Boa.
And should you wish to retell of your exploits in person, well, I shall not object to a night off.
Sim, senhor.
Now, it would be cruel of me to hoard you all to myself for the evening,
Falta o
as
Gale
much as I
ainda.
would like to. I shall leave you to the others for now, unless there was anything else.
Não. What of the heck?
On occasion, but I prefer not to interfere.
Francesca.
Francesca of the High Forest is Archdruid now, and by all accounts, she has proven to be a steady and wise influence.
Boa. Nós matámos a caga.
Even Korga may yet find true balance, thanks to her
Eu
influence.
matei-a. Eu não matei a caga. Nós matámos a
Before
caga.
you go, I have something for you. Just a little keepsake, really. Do you remember how I told you I like to whittle? I made this.
O que é que ele tem para mim? What?
Ducks are my
Oh, mano,
favorite,
deu-me um
but
pato de madeira.
I thought they were particularly fitting in this case. They are migratory birds, of course, traveling far and wide with the turn of the seasons.
Ok.
Yet, they always find their way back to where they belong. Just like old friends find themselves back in each other's company.
Não matei. Eu acho que matei a caga. Eu tinha a sensação que sim.
Just a token to remember me by.
Eu acho que
Now, I've
matei-a
taken up
mesmo.
enough of your time. Go on.
Apanhámos-la
Enjoy the
sozinha e
festivities.
matámos-la.
We can speak again
não?
later.
Eu achava bem que eu tinha morto. Ok, falta o Gale. Onde é que está o Gale? O Gale está ali sozinho. Não sei porquê, coitado.
Well, well. Look what the Tressim dragged in.
Ganda Gale.
Professor Gale Decarius of Blackstaff Academy.
Ok.
Educator of the esteemed School of Illusion. A pleasure to remake your acquaintance.
Sim, senhor. I see Mr. didn't smite you in the end. Hug him. You hug him. Olha um gato. Ele tem um gato voador. Ganda Gale, pá.
Well, that was quite lovely. I'm glad you're as pleased to see me as I am you.
O Gale é talvez dos meus personagens favoritos.
I'm quite grateful to just be Gale for the evening. I fear my students find me somewhat intimidating due to my explosive former
Pois, se calhar,
reputation.
não sei.
Seem to put the fear of the gods into them. Or the fear of Mistra, to be more specific. I surrendered the crown of Carsus to her, as I told you I would. And in return, she cured me of the orb at last.
Ele deu-lhe a coroa.
Even now, I struggle to put the feelings into words. It was like exhaling for the first time after holding my breath for so very long.
Boa.
Of course, I haven't clarified with my students that the orb is no longer a threat. The legend of my explosive capabilities is an excellent means of controlling a classroom. Too good, if anything. I spend most of my time trying to convince them how much fun the study of magic can be. But it'd be easier to crack a smile on an intellect devourer than some of my pupils.
Lol.
Still, I hoped my students might be a little more open to the playful side of such magic. Oh, they try their best, of course, when they can manage to stay awake.
The cheek of them! Nothing a well-placed swipe from Tara can't fix, though.
Brutal.
And what of you? What are you making of this newfound lease of life we earned?
Keep my weapons sharp and my mind sharper. I'll be ready.
And I couldn't be happier for you. A fitting reward for the sacrifices you made in getting here.
Verdade.
I've told my students plenty of tales about our escapades. You're something of a hero to them, you know?
I'll
be delighted to introduce you to my current cohort as a guest lecturer, perhaps. I'm sure they'd have plenty of questions for you.
Okay.
I don't see why not. 2 heads are better than 1. Unless you're dealing with an Etin.
Oh man, este gajo.
Of course, you'll be most welcome to stay with me in my tower.
Well.
My apologies, Tara. That would be our tower.
Oh man, é sério. Gato. Espetáculo.
It will give us plenty of time to catch up on your adventures.
Man, eu curto pensar que tudo acabou
what
bem.
you've been up to these past months. But I suspect the telling of that tale would keep you tied to me all evening.
Verdade.
So, in the spirit of selflessness, I encourage you to mix and mingle for now. With time enough to come.
Ok, boa. Pronto, está feito. Agora temos que ir não sei onde. Temos que ir aqui. End your adventure. Então, falta ali o bardo. Falta aqui este. Quem é este? Quem é este gajo, bro?
Oh, hello. Let me guess, you've got some suggestions about the music choice.
O Milil deve ser o próximo, deve ser um companion do próximo jogo. Isso me lembro.
Suppose I'll get back to it then.
Pronto. Joguei os outros Baldur's Gates. Não joguei os outros Baldur's Gates, mas sei que a Jahiro, o Volo e o Minsk.
Perhaps the bard knows some of my favorites.
Como é que está a achar da arte? Queria falar com ela na última vez. Está ali. Não, era só até acabar isto, malta.
Enjoying yourself, I hope.
It's good to see everyone.
Oh, hush. We'll have each other all to ourselves again soon enough. Let's make tonight count. The only regrets I want to hear about come morning should revolve around an excess of carousing and questionable dancing.
Ok. Kissa. Mais um beijinho. Mais um beijinho. Pronto. Pimba. Epá, bem, claro que vai sair outro Baldur's Gate, mas há de ser daqui a algum tempo.
I feel better already.
Lindo. Embrace her too.
Are you trying to make me sleepy?
Pronto, já não consigo fazer bem nada com ela.
Withers has surpassed himself with...
Não consigo fazer bem nada. Pronto, malta, está feito. Acho eu. Não vamos conseguir pinar com a Shadowheart.
Let's see what this does.
Para mal dos meus pecados. Está aqui o Withers. Vamos falar com ele.
This one night is like any other, and yet different. Thou art the savior of Baldur's Gate. Until such time it requires saving again.
Estou com, neste momento, com esta playthrough, estou com quase 50 horas.
How dost thou feel?
I feel satisfied. I accomplished everything I wanted to do.
I am pleased to hear it. The satisfaction of one's intention is, to my surprise, a rare accomplishment.
É outro estúdio,
Enjoy
malta.
the revelry of the day. Thou deservest at least that much. What indeed? Prick up thy ears and listen.
Okay.
The balance of the world restored. The balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account. Hear me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words.
Okay.
It is over. For now.
Ah, okay.
Thou played thy part in weaving the fabric of fate itself.
Ora,
But
nossa
for every
malta
thread
toda.
you sewed, so did the gods unravel another. Sleep, rest, revel, but be ready. For thou mayst yet be needed. Until we meet again, I wish thee every possible fortune, health, wealth, love, and above all, problems worth solving.
To Baldur's Gate. To the greatest friends I could dream of. To brains without worms. To the hope of our adventures. É isso. To you.
To you.
Ela. Brutal, mano. Queria ter apanhado ali um print da malta toda reunida a levantar o copo. Mas já não fui a tempo. Ceramorphosis. Brutal. Bem, malta, vou buscar água e vou buscar comida. Termina sempre aí do campo. Agora termina no campo, antes não terminava. Esperem lá. Oh, pô, estamos a jogar Baldur's Gate, man, pela tua saúde.
There thou art.
Here we
the
go.
Dead Three. Thy face is God's, thy actions barely worthy of the name.
Estamos a ver o final do
Didst
jogo.
truly
Já falei.
believe thy ploy would succeed? Didst believe I would not notice? Thou soughtst to bolster thy strength by taking away the souls of mortals. But souls vanish when their hosts become mind flayers. Didst think the other gods would not notice? Gods thou may be, yet thou hast proven thyself fools. Everyone.
Verdade.
The supplication of Bane. The whimper of Baal.
Não, Nerf, claro que não. Vou jogar isso ao stream.
Death mule of Merkel. Felled by mortals. I overestimated thee. They did not. Vermin, away. Thou wilt trouble us no more.
Muito bem. Pronto. Está feito, malta. Terminado. Baldur's Gate. Oi? Ah, é o Rafael. Estás a gozar comigo.
You, a thief, a liar, and a fool.
Estás a brincar, a gente matou o Rafael.
We had an agreement, and you broke it.
Estás a gozar.
The crown was supposed to be mine. Instead of delivering it to its true home in the Hells, you allowed Gale Dekarios to deliver it to Mystra.
What?
I should snuff you out and make coin of your soul. But it will be more amusing to let you see the consequences of your actions. Do you really think that the crown is safer in the hands of a goddess than in the claws of a devil?
Oh shit.
Look to the history of these realms. It is not the devils, but the gods who sunder, wreck, and ruin. It is the gods who instigate each new crisis. It is the gods who almost brought doom to your world. I was merely a witness to their conspiracy.
Mas nós matámos o Rafael.
And I would have dealt fairly with you. I cannot say what Mystra will do.
Oh shit.
Perhaps the crown is a mere trinket to one of her power. Or perhaps it is the key to unlocking some dreadful new potential in her portfolio. Time will tell. As it always does. Look to the heavens and pray for peace. But prepare for a cataclysm.
Oh shit. Holy shit, man. Está feito. It's done, my friends. Acabamos. Não sei quantas horas depois. Acabamos. Reunion Camp. Quantas horas de jogo? 48 horas. Fogo. Lindo. Bom, também eu. Pronto, olha. Terminámos o Baldur's Gate, Baldur. Caga na viagem, pá. Brutal. Bem, maltinha, olha. Portem-se bem. Beijinhos. E a gente vê-se amanhã, tá bem? Amanhã não faço treino de manhã. Só à 1h30. Alright? Ah, eu não. Eu matei-o mesmo. Eu tinha um acordo e matei-o. Vá, malta. Tchau. Foi um final perfeito este. Vou já dizer. Perfeitinho. Foi bom, pá. Grande abraço, malta. Tchau, tchau. Até amanhã. Tchau, tchau.